command line arguments. In C also, you might have done this. In C++ also, we can do like this. So it is a very much similar concept, but the only difference is that their main function is present. Here you are having the main method in the form of public static void main. That is the main difference. So, very simple concept. So from command prompt, you can pass some arguments at runtime from command prompt. Use CMD. We popularly call it as CMD. Command prompt, or simply to say, okay, fine. From command prompt, we can pass and all those arguments will be strings. Whatever you type, it will be considered as strings in Java, because public static void main string, within bracket you write string args. The args is the array name that is going to take only string type of arguments, isn't it? So from command prompt, we can pass arguments, and they will be always string type, and they will be always string type. How you write main method, public static void main, within bracket you write like this, string args. So whatever you give, array name, anything you can use, not only args, you can use XYZ, ABC. That is after all array name, but it always takes string arguments, is it not? Because you can see here, what is the data type given? String. That's why this array always takes incoming arguments are always strings. Incoming arguments are always strings, right? So that you can do through command prompt. So nothing much theory here. Just we can do one program and come out of this concept. So let's write a small program, class demo. Then let me take main method. So let me display one message here. System.out.println pass arguments. Let me give one message. One message will come. Actually, this message is not required. Directly you can pass at runtime. Even this is also not required, because at the time of execution we give arguments. Let me straight away take int. I want to count number of arguments passed from command prompt. So number I want to count. That's why I'm taking int n is equal to, see, what is the array name which is going to collect all those arguments? Just now I have given arrow mark here, see here it is. Incoming arguments are always strings being collected by this array name, right? So you give the same array name here. args dot length is the method to find the number of arguments being passed from command prompt. And then let me display that length. System.out.println. Once I execute, you can understand this clearly. So number of arguments passed from command prompt are, otherwise you can type these number of arguments, n number of arguments are typed. N number of, n is nothing but the number. It may be 1 or 2 or 3 or any number, or 0 also. If I don't pass any arguments at runtime, 0 arguments are passed. That should be the message. 0 arguments are passed. That's it. And you want to see those arguments, if at all? Yeah, you can do that by drawing a for loop. Otherwise, I put one message. The arguments are system.out.println. The arguments are right. Now let me draw the for loop. So if I equals 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Inside, how to display? System.out.println within bracket. yeah, I will check. Don't worry. Typing error, typological error. Java. Let's save. So here goes. Right. Hope no other mistake. Let us execute this. Java space. Program name is, as you know, demo. Demo. Compile normally. So what is it? Args.length. Cannot find symbol. What is the problem? Type string. Method like okay. Sorry for that. Just a minute. I'll solve that. Right. You understood the problem? I have given length method. I told you during strings, length method can work only on strings. But here lies array. You are dealing with array. So length method will not work. Length property will work. Got that? In strings I told you. So here args is an array. Maybe it's a string type, but it is an array. In arrays there is no length being supported. Arrays never support any method. So use property. That's it. Fine. Now let us continue that. So while executing, see what I'm doing. Java space demo. I can type some arguments. I'm typing RAM. Only one argument is passed. Right? Now let us see what is going to happen. One argument are passed. No, of course, is passed should come because I have given code like that. One argument are passed is coming. Fine. The arguments are RAM. Okay, fine. Now again, let me recompile, and re-execute. While re-executing, I am typing a couple of arguments, RAM and Gopal also. Now you can see two arguments are passed. Is it not? Two. Because RAM is one argument, passed at command line during the execution of the program. Is it not? That also we can mention. From command prompt, we can pass arguments and they'll be always string type. That is okay. The argument should be passed at runtime. Is it not? The arguments can be passed during runtime. During execution time. Runtime. From command prompt. Those are command line. Simple notes, nothing great. Now see, if I type, see, you got it. Two arguments are passed. Previously, one argument, only RAM is passed. Here it is. While executing, I passed only RAM. That's why I got n value as 1. See, that n is taken. See, in the first execution, I passed only RAM here. So, n is taken as 1. Inside n, what is there? Length. Length will calculate the length of number of arguments being passed. And number of arguments obviously are only 1, that is RAM. RAM will be stored in the n. And then what is the output? N stands for 1. You know, 1 is stored in n. 1 arguments are passed. Of course, grammatically it is wrong. E should come. But my intention is to pass multiple arguments. And then that one argument you got. The arguments are, you got it. I runs from 0 to n is 1. Is it not? So 0 is less than 1. True. Fine. args of 0. What is there? RAM. RAM will come. Next time when I pass 2 arguments, n is storing 2 because length is 2. RAM and Gopal is also there. So RAM space Gopal. 2 arguments. So n value is 2 right now. Now 2 arguments are passed. Fine. What are the arguments? I runs from 0 to 1. First iteration 0. 0 is less than n is 2. Don't forget. 0 is less than 2. Absolutely fine. So args of 0 position, what is there? RAM is there. First argument. And then I will be incremented. And again, I will be gone for testing. 1 is less than 2. Again, true. Not inside. args of 1. Gopal is there. That's why you got both RAM and then Gopal. Okay. And 2 arguments are passed. This time I will go with 3 arguments. 3 arguments. Yes, as many as 3. Because there is space in between Ram and Gopal and Varma. So 3 arguments are considered by args. So the arguments are Ram, Gopal and Varma. If I pass no argument, then what will happen? Let me check that. If I don't pass any argument, I'm not interested to pass any argument. Just I'm executing casually. Just we hit enter key, right after this. Yes. Nothing is displayed. 0 arguments are passed. What are the arguments? Nothing. No argument is available. Is it not? Like that. Okay. So that's how it works. Any doubts in this program? Any doubts in this program? Okay, I'll move to the next concept, that is inner class. Let me talk about the inner class as the next concept. This is done.
Only length method is there.
Yeah, length property. There is length variable. I told you in strings concept also. Arrays does not support any method. That is the biggest disadvantage with arrays. That is one of the disadvantages with respect to arrays. Arrays won't support any method. That's why we had advanced concept called as collection framework in Java, which is going to support n number of methods, classes, interfaces, so many things it is going to support. Okay?
Command line arguments using real time.
Real time in the sense, if you want to pass them, see, for example, if 100 students are there. So if you design some real time application there, if you are going to accept 100 students, so it can count. We need not count. Let the machine count and tell you how many arguments you passed. For example, see, if you are attending for an interview, how many have attended today? So somebody sitting there is going to catch your originals. So how many originals I got? I mean certificates. So how many of them have submitted originals or like that, something like that. You can find out the number. Is it not? From command prompt, you can type those names. It will count and it will give the result. Okay. It is there in C language also. You might have heard. ARGC and ARGV are a couple of arguments. Generally, you can write like this in C language. Into main and inside. I will write void main, and inside main function you can pass 2 arguments. One is integer predefined, that is ARGC. It will find the number of arguments, and the other parameter is string type, char, pointer type also. Char, array, you write like this. ARGV, pointer array. Like this you can write. Like this you can write. ARGV, like this you can write. Got it? So that's about that. In C you write like this, but we are discussing about Java. In Java, main method is totally different, right? So that is all about command line arguments. In every programming language, obviously, this choice is there. You can pass arguments from command prompt like this at runtime. If you don't pass anything, it will say, because you want to check, because what exactly ARGS is going to take. And one more small thing, let me tell you, where is the program which we have done right now? Here it is. So if I give like this, what will happen? See, I'm going to change the name. ABC. Any array name you can give. Obviously, you have to change here also. Is it not? AB. Got it. Same result. Again, let me. And of course, here also you have to do ABC because we changed that. AB. Anywhere else? No, there is. That's it. Now see. ARGS is not an issue. It is just array name. You can give anything. Passing, say, Ajay Kumar. So what will happen? 2 arguments are there. Yes, Ajay and Kumar. 2 arguments are passed. Ajay and Kumar are those arguments. So you can trace it out. The number as well as the arguments. That is the advantage of this. Okay. Right. Let us move to the next concept, that is inner classes. A bit more exciting thing. And today I will cover this pointer also. About this also I will discuss. Not a pointer, it's a keyword. We will discuss. It refers to current object. I will discuss about that also. Right now, inner class. What is an inner class? As the name itself is telling, a class inside another class is an inner class. A class inside another class is an inner class. Very simple definition, right? Right. Advantages of inner class, or otherwise some points to remember. Let me write point number 1. Inner class is a safety mechanism. Inner class is a safety mechanism because it is lying inside some other class, and you cannot create object to inner class in any other class except outer class. Inner class is a safety mechanism. Better I write this point as second one because you can understand one important point before that. That is, inner class objects. Inner class object or objects, whatever it means. One object, any multiple if you want. Inner class object or objects can be created, cannot be created in any other class except outer class. Otherwise, I will make statement like inner class objects can be created only in outer class. Only in outer class, but not in any other class. But not in any other class. That is the important point. So inner class object or objects can be created only in outer class, but not in any other class. Okay, only one place for that. But outer class object anywhere you can create. That's why inner class is a safety mechanism. And another point is all the outer class features are accessible to inner class. All the outer class features, it just means data, variables, methods, whatever it is. All the outer class features will do this program. All the outer class features are accessible to inner class. Okay, that's it. So as far as theory is concerned, this is the theory saying about. Now we will do a program. Right. So let me write one program where my assumption is I am taking two classes. One is outer, in fact, three classes. One is outer, the other one is inner, and the other one is a class which consists of main method. First, let me take one class. University is my outer class. Okay. University is my outer class. Right. I want to go with a parameterizer constructor, and before that, let me add marks. Let me take double type of data. Otherwise, double. Let me take theory marks or practicals. Fine. Practicals. Right. And I want to go with a constructor. How do you design university? This is our outer class. Let me put a comment. You can understand? This is outer class. So I want to go with a parameterizer constructor, something like this. Double P. Fine. There are a few techniques which you are going to find in this program. Let me go ahead. So inside that, see some code I'm going to write. Generally, this kind of code you find in so many books, especially. As a beginner, you wonder why this is present. It looks so simple because you might have done so much mathematics in your inter or BTech, whatever it is, or your DSC, whatever it is. But you find this to be a stupid thing. Practicals equals P. Why the hell we are writing like this? So there is some meaning for that. Let me explain that once I complete this program. So a constructor I have created here, fine. That is the parameterized one, very clear. You know what a constructor is. The name is same. Yeah, and it's moreover a parameterized one. Fine. Some little code is there inside that. Don't worry. Now, let me create one method. Void with so void fine. Let it be a parameterized method, and let me pass the parameter again as double theory this time. Theory. Okay, right. Otherwise T, I will put simply T. Right. Now inside that, let me create an object for inner class. My inner class is college. Okay, college is the inner class. College C is equal to new college. And I want to pass some argument to this. Let us suppose T again. So you can understand, just parts you can understand. This is a constructor, and I'm going with a method parameterized. In that I'm creating object for, this is inner class object. Because my inner class is going to be college. Inner class object created. Inner class object created. Fine. Where in outer class, as I told earlier. Right now, here what I do is C dot, I will invoke one method called as evaluate. Evaluate method I will define somewhere in the inner class. See, I started here, opening brace of university lies here, but I never closed that. I started a constructor, I closed that. I started a method, and I'm going to close that. Fine. But I have not yet closed the outer class brace. No, I'm not closing, but I'm starting another class. That is going to be inner class. Let me take inner class as college. And this is your inner class. You know, college is a small part of university, right? That's why I'm taking like that. Outer is big enough. You can take so many examples. For example, you take car as an outer class. Inside car, steering is inner class. Something like that. Okay? Class college. And now here inside college, what I do is, let me take, just like outer class construction, this time I go with theory. Theory. Theory marks, practical marks. Right. And now inside that, let me take a constructor here. College. Parameterized moreover. Double T. Fine. And let me give code for that. So the code is going to be very simple. It's very simple. Theory is equal to T. Why we write like that, I will explain. Don't worry. So again, I am telling you, outer class started, but you cannot find outer class closing till now, because here is the constructor code. It is done, and here is the find method code, part of outer class, that is also done. Don't look inside code. I will describe. I will explain that. Once I go to the main method, then I can explain that. And then you can find the inner class here straight away. And inside inner class, you can find a constructor. Yeah, just like outer class appearance, it looks like this code only, right? Very much similar. And then let me go with the method evaluate, because I invoked a method part of inner class. So let me define that. Void evaluate. And it's a non-parameterized method. Fine. Inside that, let me find theory and practical marks obtained by a student. System dot out dot println is the problem. But so what I do is total obtained by the student. Total marks. Otherwise, so theory plus practical. Total marks. So college is going to evaluate total marks. Inside college we are right now. But university is going to award marks. Nowadays, you know, practical marks, college is going to conduct some part of theory, internal exams will be there, some external exams, university will conduct, any university, whatever you take. But this will be good, no? If everything is monitored by university, theory coming from university, I mean, they are going to correct, practicals also they are going to correct. Just college is giving certificate, that will be good. Okay, total marks, let me write like this. So here I go with concatenation operator. Total marks, theory plus practical. And they have to put brackets also. Otherwise, they will be concatenated, as you know. So, like this, and here, let me open the bracket. Right. want to find average also. Let me copy the same statement and change that a little bit. Average marks. Average. You can just put by 2, right? Enough. Now let me close this method also. Now see the closings are going to come. Outer class started but never closed. Inner class started but never closed till now. See, this is the pair for constructor, and this base space or pair is for evaluate method. But first let us close inner class. This is inner class close. Inner class closed here. Close. And then let me close outer class also. Outer class closed here. Is it not? Outer class closed too. Now let me create another class. Class inner demo. Some other external class. This one. Okay, where main method is present. In that way I'm going to design. So my first job, see, fresh, I'm starting very freshly here. So a fresh class by name inner demo. In that I want to put main method. That is my intention. Right. Now inside that, the main job, most of the cases I'm going to create objects for the other classes inside main method. Now let us come back to outer class. This is some external class. I can't create inner class object in this class as per theory. Just study the theory point. Here it is. Where it is. Here it is. Inner class object or objects can be created only in outer class. Yes, I followed the rule. Yeah, did I follow the rule or not? See, here is the rule which I followed. You can see here. This is the object for which class inner class. I have done that right inside the outer class, but not in external class, not here. Right? Yeah. And then outer class object you can create anywhere. So let me create outer class object. What is the outer class name? University. And moreover, a parameterized constructor is there right inside that. So let me create an object for university class. That's going to be university. U is equal to new university. Right. It's a parameterized. Don't forget. Let me pass some marks. 75.87. If you take float, you would have given F, but I have taken double type. No issue, isn't it? And what is the difference between float and double? That is also an entry question. I forgot telling you in the past. Let me add that. What is the difference between float and double? See, if you take float, let me do it here. Float versus double. So generally after decimal, right after decimal, for example, I will take a number like this, 9 point, some digits I will take, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still believe that I can give 7 digits. Yeah, I believe so. If I am correct, it is going to be 7 digits right after decimal towards right hand direction. You can pass whenever you are going to take float. Okay, float. And right after decimal towards right, you can go double the length. Here I have given 7 digits. The 7 digits may be any digits, not only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because I cannot count. That's why I'm writing numbers one by one in ascending order. I have given. Of course, you can change, of course, what is there. Right. So these are the numbers which I have taken here. And now 7 digits I have given. You can see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. Now if I take double, it should be, as the name itself is telling, it is double. In fact, it is one more than the double. In fact, means it's going to be. See, let me write this here one more time. Copy this and paste it here and paste it one more time. And one more than the double means one more digit. So here I have taken 7, but here I have taken 16. One more than the double. You can take it. So that is the capacity of the double. Okay, there is a difference. If you want more precise data or concise data, then you have to opt double. If you directly with, I mean, less number of digits, then we can take float. Otherwise, nothing more than that. That's why two types of data are there. Okay, 14 రావాలి ఇక్కడ 7 అంటే ఇక్కడ 14 రావాలి, but I have to go with 15, one more than double. In fact, yes, I think so. 7, one extra I have given. Fine, it works fine. And digits you can change any digit you can put anywhere. Right, that's it. Like that. Fine, that is simple difference. Let us not get away from our concept. So here I have invoked parameterizer constructor. Fine. And one more job is left. Inside outer class, what are done? One parameterized constructor just now I invoked, and one more job left, that is find method. Let me invoke find. Moreover, it is a parameterized method, is it not? Let me pass one argument. So u dot find, and let me pass carry marks for that. So let us do 66.55. Okay, like that I'm doing. That's it, done. Let me save the program. You know, 3 classes are there: outer class, inner class, some external class, but that consists of main method. So I have to obviously save the name with the name inner demo. So this is the name with which I have to save this program, isn't it? Let us save that program. Right. So let me save the inner class, inner demo dot Java. Right. Let me compare and execute, then I will discuss about this program. From main method we can talk. Sorry. Get back from this. There it is. Okay, right. Compiled successfully. Now, let me execute and see what is going to happen. Fine. You got total marks. Very big number, really. And then average marks. Yeah, that also I got. Total 141. Average, yeah, 70 point something else. I got it fine. So how it happened? Let us study the code right now. So here it is. So program execution starts. Don't bother about the remaining part of the code. Program execution always starts from the opening brace of the main method. And the first step done inside main method is an object is created. Right? Yes, an object is created. For which class? University. Obviously, JVM will look for a constructor. Yes, university constructor is there. Moreover, it is a parameterized constructor. What is pushed into P? You know, 75.37 is pushed into P. Right. And after that, what I have done? Practicals is equal to P. Why I have done like this? A small story here. Let me tell you. You can easily understand if I can give some small comparison. Things will not come from heaven. From daily happening only it will come. Whether it may be coding or whatever it is. See, why we have equated this with that? See, this P is a variable. It's a parameter variable. Parameter. As a parameter, you are having that. And here you call it as argument. You know, during call, in C language also you might have heard. While calling a function, we call it as argument. Right? We are passing an argument here. When invoking, here also, you are invoking a method fine. Means just like call. Invoke is nothing but like a call. You see. So whenever you are invoking a method, you call it as argument. Always. Don't call it as parameter. But whenever and an argument is pushed into parameter. And P is the parameter here that will catch this 75.37. So 75.37 is pushed into P. And then again, why I'm giving this P to practicals, you know. So let us compare what is P, what is practicals To understand the expression, this is an expression, an expression consists of operators and operands. P and practicals are operands, and is equal to is the operator. Fine. So P is a parameter variable, parameter type of variable. Its life starts at the opening brace of this constructor and ends at the closing brace of the constructor. Got it? The life of P starts at the opening brace of constructor and ends at the closing brace of constructor. It cannot go further. Okay. Whereas the life of practicals gets started at the opening brace of class. And it is a class variable. That's why it is called as class variable. And ends at the closing brace of class. Where is the closing brace of university class? Here it is. Means whose life is more? Tell me. Whose life is more? Tell me. Practical's life or life of P? Life of P is more or practical's is more? Yes. I'll tell you a small example again. See, for example, if couple of students are there in Chennai city, which is very hot during summer, unbearable, right? Extreme heat conditions will be there. Extreme hot conditions will be there. So two students are studying in Chennai. They have taken a room. One of the students, this fellow, is suffering from high temperature. Okay, he's having little money like this, but he cannot go out to take medicine. He will die simply, right? He is suffering from high temperature. The other fellow, by name Practicals, he is very active. What is the solution? Whatever money he is having, he can give to the active person by name Practicals. He can go anywhere and purchase that medicine. Is it not? Apt comparison, is it not? In a similar way, here the life of P is very little. It can survive only within this code. It cannot go out. Then what to do? But those practical marks, the P, which is nothing but 75.37, has to go to inner class, isn't it? Evaluate is part of inner class, right? It has to go there. How is it possible? That's why we have written practicals is equal to P. And practicals can be also called as class variable or instance variable. Why that word instance, See, is it static variable or non-static? Tell me. There is no static keyword here. So it is obviously a non-static variable. Non-static means dynamic. And you can also call instance variable. Why? Object is an instance of a class. I told you at the beginning of my session. The other definition for object. Any physical existence can be called as an object. Or object is an instance of a class. That's why this is an instance variable. If you want to invoke that, you need object, of course. So the life of practicals is more than the life of P. That's why P is assigned to practicals. Got it? Right. Now, what is the next job? U dot find, and I pass a 66.55. You are invoking find method. Yeah. Control transfers to find method. And what is pushed into T? Here it is. 66.55 is pushed into T. And inside find, what is the code done? An object is created for inner class. Isn't it? This is inner class object. And moreover, JVM will look for constructor. So constructor is there in the inner class. Yes, that will be invoked by passing what? T. And what is T? 66.55 is pushed into this T. Again, same story. The life of T is very little. It starts here and here. Only within this it can work. What to do? The life of this theory is better. It's an instance variable, class variable. Its life starts right at the opening brace of inner class and gets away right at the closing brace of inner class. And it is our It can work up to this expansion. So whose life is better? Theory or T? Theory. That's why this expression is valid. So whatever is there with the T, that is 66.55, that is given to theory. And then what is the next job? So constructor is invoked, this job is done. Then what is the next? T dot evaluate. control will transfer to evaluate method. Inside evaluate, what is done? Total marks. Theory plus practical. Whatever it is we got or not? Yes, we got it. Fine. Next. Average. Theory plus practicals by 2. Here, one question from my side. Why typecast operator is not required? Any of you? Three of you? Any of you? Can you answer this? Why type conversion is not required? You are dividing by 2. But still, without typecast operator, I got decimal value. How is that possible? Yes, yes. Yes. There you are. Fine, good. So, theory is double type of data. Practicals is also double. Your numerator is totally double type of data. Then double by 2. Decimal. Double means decimal, right? Decimal by integer will give decimal. Obviously, not really required. That's it. Done. Got it? Very tricky, no? Started from here, very simple, just 2 steps, and we went into the code. Went through the code like this. We traveled through the code like this. Did you understand, or one more repetition required? If you understand, I can make some little changes in the code and explain this functionality also. This is a keyword which refers to current object. Let me explain about that. And if you can understand this, then I can go ahead with that. Is it okay with this? Okay. Now, see, same code I am going to copy and I am going to make few changes to this. Now, so I do one thing. Inner demo 1 modification. Let me save that as inner demo 1 this time. Demo 1.java. Right. Now, few more changes I want to make here. See, that is practical. What is the change which I am making? Instead of P, I made it as practical. Means the class variable is practical. The parameter variable is also practical. Again, see, another change. And then here also. Now, see, in my session right now, 3 students are there. Let us suppose 2 of the students' names are Raju. 2 Rajus are there. I am not pointing like this. My mouse is, I am not pointing particular person. I am just keeping my mouse away and I am asking, Raju, can you answer? Which Raju can answer? If 2 persons' names are Raju, which Raju can answer? Ambiguity is there or not? Confusion is there or not? But if I point to you like this, then you can only answer. Got it? So, here, see. Now, here in this, so here, I need to point to particular person. That is possible through this. If I don't write this, what will happen? I'll explain. Some ambiguity will arise. So what is there in practical? This practicals will take this, obviously. But unfortunately, here, this practicals will take 0 because it is not assigned. This is not assigned. Okay, see, now let me try to execute this. See the output. You are getting some unexpected output here, which is really not correct, which is not the desired output. This is not the output which you are desired. You'll get output for sure, but not the desired one. See, utter flap. Total mark 0, average 0. That's not the desired output after writing this much big program. So how to resolve that? Because ambiguity, just now I'm telling you, if I'm asking Raju, can you please answer? Which Raju will answer? I'm not pointing. If 2 students are there with same name, I have to point like this. So that pointer is missing here. Of course, in Java, pointers, don't say that pointers are not there. In Java also pointers are there, but they are implicitly present. Okay, we cannot touch them. We can only refer them. So this is the reference. This refers to current object. this dot practicals. And here also, let me give this dot theory. Now the problem is solved. See how simple it is. Now it means that this left hand side, right hand side practical is this one, local parameter variable or local variable, you can call it as. And this practicals is nothing but this instance variable. Okay, this refers to current object. Object is an instance of a class, so it refers to this practicals. That's it. Now we'll get desired output. See, same output, just like the previous program. Got it? Now you got fine. Same output, just like the previous one. So that's the way to use this. Of course, in the forthcoming programs, in one more program at least, I will use this. Maybe I will design during abstract class. Again, I will use this. Particularly, I am not writing separate program for this. I think you can understand because some institutes they teach in a different way, or some people like to teach, used to deal a separate program on this. But I want to mix topics. Inner class is the main intention, but internally, practically, how this is used, I am going to show like this. Okay. Of course, if you want, I can write a small program. Like I can take a couple of variables A and B, right? I can put A here and again A here. I can put this dot A is equal to A. So when I learned Java somewhere some 20 years back, I got excited. Why the people are writing like this? Even not this. Before this, I have written one program. Practicals is equal to P. Why these books? In books they are writing like that. I got wondered. Later on, with passage of time, I came to know that scope. The concepts which we miss in the past matters a lot. So this is a local variable, parameter variable that you should be strong. We ignore that point. Then you can understand remaining things. Got it? Already you have done some job. That's why now you are in a position to understand. Because see, you might be familiar with Java also because in your engineering some of you are carrying that subject. Now it's the right time you can understand things better than in the past. Okay, understood? Any doubts in inner classes? Let me know. I want to move to abstract class as the next concept, which is bigger, and I cannot complete the total concept today. But if possible, I will start and carry tomorrow, as per your choice, of course. The next incoming concept is abstract class. Today's concept we understood about command line arguments and what is the other one? Inner class. So we followed all the rules and regulations. So can I create object for inner class somewhere here inside outer? I mean not outer class, but any other external class? Can I create that? No, that is not possible. Just I followed rules and regulations. Just I followed these rules and regulations. A class inside another class. Now you see the notes, you study the notes, you can understand very simply. Before program, how is your study, and after program, how your understanding is. There will be a lot of difference, right? A class inside another class is an inner class. Inner class object can be created only in outer class, but not in any other class. Inner class is a safety mechanism. All the outer class features are accessible. Yeah, what are the outer class features which are accessible to inner class? These are all outer class features which are available to inner class. Yeah, that's it. Got it? And inner class object. Yes, please.
What are the access specifiers you could
access specifiers like private, no specifier, protected, public. I will discuss not with this during before to packages concept I will discuss. Before to packages. So access specifiers I will discuss. See, access control you should know. So during access control, I am going to discuss about access specifiers like private, protected, no specifier, public. The correct order is private, no specifier, protected, public. 4 access specifiers. No specifier means a default specifier. But default specifier is not correct word. We use the word no specifier. before packages, we are having some other bulk work like abstract class I have discussed, interface I have discussed, and in interface also two different versions are there. Before 1.8 version and from 1.8 version onwards, little bit changes are there. So both I will discuss with you through programs. So once I complete interfaces, then I have to go for packages. And before going for packages, I have to discuss about access specifier. We have to do some programs also on that. Then we can go with packages. Okay. And then obviously exception handling will come, threads to follow, and then wrapper class, collection framework, files, like that. Okay. That's my plan. So any more doubts from your end? I will introduce access specifiers. No worry. Shall I close the class or start abstract class little bit today? As per your wish. Only just few minutes or less. That's why I'm asking you. Can you digest if I can tell one more little thing? But I cannot complete because it takes 1 hour abstract class. Absolutely. Okay? Because tomorrow's class is very important. I'm going to discuss about abstract class. Again, this will come. Super also I will introduce. Super keyboard I will introduce. Again, you are going to learn constructors, concrete methods, abstract methods, inheritance, all this mix it together. Almost all 5 to 6 concepts I'm going to mix tomorrow in my class, in abstract class. And if I can complete that tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I'll go with interfaces on Saturday. Interfaces.